Hey everybody, welcome to my messy workbench. I've been getting back into ground-based RC. I found these trucks, scale Toyota pickup trucks. You can get these kits off of eBay for less than $40. You put another $20, $30 in electronics and you have a fully capable remote control. They're sold as a 1/16 scale, but the size is more 1/14. Anyway, that's besides the point. I wanted to make this video to show off my mods and all the customization I've done to my WPL C14. So let's start off with the obvious. I've changed the wheels. I found somebody that can 3D print these wheels. These are method bead locks. They're not actual bead locks. I've glued the tire to the wheel, but they're replica bead locks, and that's what I was going for. Another modification I made is a roll bar. Custom made this out of 4mm styrene rod. Glued it together, painted it, and I think it really does complete the look. Originally these things come as just a flatbed, and it looks kind of naked back there. So also added a fire extinguisher, and to the front just some little chain here to kind of give it the look like, you know, what it would look like. Underneath, modifications are the steering. First thing you want to do is replace the steering rod right here with a metal steering rod. Originally it would connect to the driver's side knuckle, but for best performance you really want to get it over on the passenger side knuckle. You want to make sure that it's got a little bend so it pulls evenly. I've also taken the rod that used to be mounted on the bottom. You want to move it to the top, give you a little more ground clearance there. The obvious mods underneath is a metal drive line. That's going to be your first thing that you should upgrade if you ever get this kit. The plastic drive lines last maybe a day or two depending on how you drive. When you get the metal drive lines, you also need to make sure you get metal gears. And while you're at it, it's not a bad idea to get a bigger motor in the 2-speed gearbox. This 2-speed gearbox does reduce the crawl ratio, gives you a slightly slower crawl speed, which is nice. The second gear is really nice when you want to move it out of the way. If you're walking down the trail and you want it to keep up with you, second gear gives you a lot of speed. I still have plastic suspension links. I don't feel the need to upgrade to metal. There's not a lot of side-to-side movement here in the axle, and the metal links don't really look very scale. They look a little too big for me. I'm not a big fan. Another thing is if you get the 2-speed gearbox, you have to slightly modify your links or else they rub. The most important mod that I've done, the most capable mod, is my cantilever rear suspension, and you might see here how that works. I'll put some pictures up on the screen that show in more detail how I built the components. There was a custom shock mount that I had to make, and I used servo horns and cut them to act as the lever for the cantilever. The rods here connecting the axle to the lever are originally the metal suspension rods that would replace the plastic suspension links, but I repurposed them, used them for something different. I weighted the tires down. You want to add weight to the tires. It also helps to add weight to the chassis if you can. So I've got 100 grams of BBs. You see here I got a bunch of BBs in a bag and use 100 grams of that. I have them placed under the servo plate in there, and that really helps with traction and articulation. There are BBs hot glued to the wheels. You'll see here, I'll put a picture up, you can see just how exactly I did that. Each wheel weighs 23 grams a piece, so that's about another 100 grams on the front and rear axle together. I'll put a video link at the end. You can click and see just how well it performs, and I'll follow up with a couple other videos, show off my son's truck, and a couple custom builds that I've done. So stay tuned for that, and thank you for watching.